Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out at the end of the CPS2 arcade era hardware, but we were really swinging for the fences on that one. We said, what can we do? Kitchen sink. You name it. You got a sprite, we're going to throw the sprite in there. Yeah, you're a character in this game. You're a character. Everyone's a character in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So we took, 10, 15 years of sprite history, collected them all into one fighting game, and then gave them all insane moves and properties, and just let it all happen. So Marvel vs. Capcom 2's other major innovation was, of course, going from 2 characters with an assist to 3 fully playable characters. But you can call in any of the other characters as an assist. And this was a really genius innovation in many ways, because instead of just spamming on the assist button, and you don't really care what happened in Marvel vs. Capcom, but in 2, you really have skin in the game. So if your assist character gets hit, that's taking life off your actual total life bar, and you can lose the match if you leave an assist vulnerable. So really this opened up a whole new dynamic, not just in terms of having 3 characters, but also making them interact in a way that had never been done before or since by another game. So another major development in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was a shift away from individual characters to a focus on real team mechanics. So you could talk about strong characters, and there are a handful of really strong characters in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like Magneto and Storm and Sentinel, that appear on all the teams, but they're complemented by critical assist characters who are not considered necessarily the strongest on their own, but are a critical element of the team. So Magneto and Storm, when you pair them with Psylocke, you've got an amazing team. Right there. Captain Commando, you put him with Sentinel and Cable, amazing team. By himself, not so strong. Together as a unit, amazing. So Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is also just a strange game in a lot of ways. So instead of having recognizable backgrounds we've seen before, now there's a giant clown face in like a theme park that's never been in a Marvel comic or in a Capcom game before. All sorts of nuttiness. You've got characters like Ruby Hart, who's seen her before. Amingo, who's an animated cactus out because his land is dried up. And as well as smooth jazz is the major sort of musical touchstone for the soundtrack. So there's just a lot of nuttiness in here from start to finish. Again, the legacy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 has been just so amazingly fantastic from a competitive standpoint, and just from the sheer amount of fun that so many players have squeezed out of this game. It was one of my highlights at Capcom when I knew we were going to be able to re-release this game on XBLA and PlayStation Network. And it, of course, sold like hotcakes there. So that was really heartwarming for me to see the enthusiasm for a game that's 10 years old is still super hot. It was the fastest selling game ever on XBLA. And, just the amazing legacy and all the fun is what will always stay for me for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So again, all these changes were met with some fear, and maybe these games are too crazy, but ultimately it's turned into one of the most amazing legacies in all of competitive gaming. A solid 10 years of just incredible play with people figuring out new characters and new strategies consistently for years and years until they boiled it down to who they thought were the very strongest. But the game has stayed interesting and highly competitive and just kept the fighting scene burning with passion and just amazing, hilarious internet memes and just so much energy from all the players that it's really kept the scene going. And the game itself, as a core game, is so free and fun with possibilities that it's kept it interesting for over a decade.